Here we go. Yeah. All right. I will speak to her in a minute. Hello, hello. I'm Explorer today. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome. Now, I am in Booth. I can jump up and down on the roof, but I want to make hearing.
Can't hear you, Steve. Your mic's down your collar.
Hello.
That's it.
Yes, so I'm in a really good mood today because, as I was saying, I could jump up and down the roof about 500 times, but I want because my book has come out today, and I am so so glad. So I've kept that a secret for a long time. And Ali, I love you, girl. I thank you very much for doing that for me, and it's so really really good. And tell you what, sometimes when people write books, it costs a lot of money, but she sponsored me and she's done it for me for free. And so what I said to her was we do 50-50 and in return. So thank you, Ali. And I'll tell you what, the book is on Amazon now and it's all primed to go. Kindle, Prime, everything. So there you
What's
go.
it called?
It is called, I will tell you in a minute and I'll tell everybody in a minute about it. In the meantime, guys, what I really want to do with losers for the next couple of weeks before Christmas is about kind of like losing weight. Why is it difficult to lose weight? Some of us are, some of us like me, 1 minute we give up when we kind of like try our best to do it. Next minute we're eating again. So for the run up my Christmas, I know it's a bad time to say this, but what's why is it so difficult to lose weight? That's my title today, okay? So what I want to do, I want to kind of like put it all together and make a series out of it if I can. So and Liz, why is it so difficult to lose weight?
Because most diets are based around the calories and not about the effect of the food. So what happens is you cut your calorie intake down. You still eat the same kind of foods. You just cut the amount down, but because those foods aren't very nutrient dense, they don't keep you full for very long, you kind of run short of food to eat. And the kinds of foods that you still are allowed really mess with your head and mess with your gut health. And like breads, pastas, sweets, and things like that.
Right,
They're like a dopamine kick to the brain. Ping, they excite your brain. They also feed your bad gut bugs, so they proliferate like rabbits. And you've got your brain shouting at you to eat sugary stuff, and you've got your gut bugs shouting out at you to eat sugary stuff. So you've got it from all directions. You've got it from up here, you've got it from down there, and they're all shouting at you to eat more sugary stuff. And when I say sugar, I mean that actual sugar gets converted into glucose by our bodies. And also grains, your breads, your pastas, and all of that. The starch gets converted into glucose. So it ends up being exactly the same thing as sugar once your body's digested it. So that big hit of glucose in our bodies, ping brain, feed the bad gut bugs, and you've got to fight against that. So not only have you got those cravings, as I mentioned, those foods, the sugary foods, the grain-based foods, they don't keep you full for very long. So then you feel hungry. So what can you do? You eat more of that stuff. And not only that, all the while that you're eating that food and it's being converted into glucose, you're raising your blood sugar constantly. There's so much going on with just a diet, reducing calories only. Calories are irrelevant, totally irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. It's the quality of the food, it's the effect of the food, because you could consume, I mean, the average daily allowance is 2,000 calories. So if you wanted to lose some weight, you drop that down by maybe 200-300, maybe even 500. You would drop your food intake down. But even if you're consuming 500 calories less, it's the effect of those 1,500 calories. It's your blood sugar, it's the cravings, it's the gut bug imbalance leading to not only poor health, but also poor weight management as well, because your
Because I
metabolism.
thought, because 500 calories, it's like eating a Mars bar, isn't it?
Do you know what? I've got no idea how many calories are in a Mars bar. I used to know. I have not counted calories for years. Or maybe.
And why we're on calories, Liz, is do we need to count our calories?
No, you don't. Not if you change the quality of the food. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, if you sit and you consume way past satisfaction and you're just gorging food because it's in front of you, you're going to have a problem. But if you eat the right kind of food until you are comfortably satisfied and not bulging at the seams, there's nothing wrong with that. You don't need to count calories. Your body, if your body is healthy, your body will adjust to either an increase in calories or a decrease in calories. Your body is very clever at trying to maintain some kind of stability. So your body, if you eat too much, your body will speed up. Everything speeds up to use that extra energy that you have. But
Now,
if you overindulge,
the trouble is, my problem at the moment, I've always been honest with me, and the trouble is, if I see a Mars bar or I see some donuts, I've got to have them. Right? I've got a sweet tooth, and with the teeth I've got left, mind you. But anyway, but the trouble is, all is, when we go through kind of like eating and eating and eating, and we're not kind of focused on our diets or on our health, that's where we obtain all this sugar and everything. And then we started kind of like getting addicted to sugary drinks, say, or sugary meals. Is that right?
Yes, absolutely. And then you've got like it's a vicious cycle, especially for people that are really obese, because it's almost their bodies are driving them to consume the wrong kinds of foods, because that's what it's running on. Your body's running on that crappy food, and it's really difficult if you're not strong up here. It's really difficult. I mean, and you can go into it two different ways. You can either take yourself off of those foods slowly over a period of time, or you can jump straight in. And a lot of people have done it. A lot of people have jumped straight in that's been very, very overweight, and they've been really strong and they've been determined and they do it. But the great thing about the better quality food that you can consume without counting is it keeps you fuller for longer. It starts to diminish those cravings. You start to lose those cravings for that sugary food. You stabilize your gut bugs. Your healthier gut bugs get better food to eat, get better fuel. You start starving, your bad guys come down, your good guys go up. And that improves fat metabolism. So it's not just calories. It's old school. It's old fashioned. But people still talk about calorie counting like it's the only way to do it. No, these people are just terribly uneducated and are so ingrained that it's calorie driven. No. And there is so much evidence out there to say that counting your calories alone is not an effective or an easy method to lose weight for the long term. It isn't. I mean, yes, anyone can lose weight by cutting calories, but you've got cravings going on, you've got unnecessary hunger, you're not taking into account your own health, the health of your gut, the health of your mind. So
what happens on this if people, I've seen people today advertising saying, right, join the what's it, Christmas, what was it, diet before Christmas or something. Now, with me, I think biggest mistake, right? I'll tell you why. It's because Christmas is coming up. People get tempted, don't they?
yeah,
Now, if it's like your programs or anybody else's programs, how do you tell your people to stay off food even though Christmas is coming up?
well, they would need to be strong-willed. But as I said to you before, that once you start reducing those starchy foods, highly starchy foods and sugary foods out of your diet, you no longer crave them. That's the big difference. You no longer feel the need to load up your trolley with Christmas fare. You don't feel the need to do that.
Mm. I'm not saying to people not to kind of like start now with their weight, and I'm just saying that if you do join any programs now, make sure you're in with it 100%. You know what
Yeah,
I'm trying to say?
don't start anything like that half-heartedly, because if it doesn't work for you, you're going to be disheartened. And well, you need to be ready. If you're not ready up here, then hold off a little while, because changing your lifestyle, certainly changing the way you eat, it can be a big step. There's a lot of time and effort has to go into that.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you're not ready, then think twice before starting it.
Yeah, yeah. Now, as a coach yourself, I thought to myself that when I saw some pictures of you today in a certain shop, don't you get tempted being in that shop?
No, but do you know what I do get tempted to eat is the end cuts off the we do a lot of sliced meat, so we do like that, the ham. We do the hams, and it's the meat that I'm like, oh, that looks nice, or the cheese, oh, that looks lovely. But the other things, no, because I don't have that sweet craving anymore. I don't feel the desire to eat cakes and pastries anymore.
Yeah.
Just don't have that, and that's just because the way of my diet is now. My body no longer craves that kind of food. So I'm looking at all the lovely meats and the cheeses, and that to me is like, wow, that looks really good. But that's the big difference, and that's why counting calories and still consuming those kinds of foods, it doesn't really help you.
Yeah.
Because of those
what I was picking up was is because when you're in a position where you work in a shop, a supermarket, I don't know, a bakery, you get so tempted, don't you, by the smell and everything, and the cheeses around you. I love cheese. I love meat. I love ham, fresh ham. Oh, I love it. But the trouble is, you get so tempted, and I love pickles as well. And the trouble is, when we're in that environment, we get so tempted, and we think, oh well, yeah, we'll have some, we'll have something small, we'll be all right. The next time you go for something big, and it just carries on,
That's
it's a
the
bad
problem.
circle.
That's the problem. It's being able to stop once you start. So if you know that you don't have any willpower then it will need to be down to you to say, I'm not going to have that because that is going to lead to more. It has to be down to you. No one else can help you do that.
Yeah.
And I know that's, that's quite hard for some people. And this is why I do get on my soapbox a little about just calorie counting, because it doesn't take that into consideration. But like I said, the kind of taking those foods, those craving foods out of your diet really makes it so much easier, because you don't have those cravings. Your body isn't longing for those kinds of food, and you're quite happy milling along. And if you're hungry, you can eat something. It's not like, oh no, I've only got 200 calories left and I've not even had my dinner. That's for tonight. If you're hungry, you can eat something, as long as it's not going to affect. I mean, basically, at the end of the day, all you're trying to do is keep your blood sugar low. Not low, but in a safe level. Don't let that insulin release. So you're basically trying to consume foods which doesn't affect your blood sugar levels drastically. So, and that's proteins and that's fats. So your cheeses, your veggies, that kind of thing, and your meats. And those foods keep you fuller for longer. The protein takes longer to break down. The fat itself takes longer to leave the stomach. And you've got fiber in veggies, fiber and water in the veggies. And though that combination of food keeps you fuller for longer, and you don't get that craving for sweet stuff or craving for any foods. You might at the outset, but when people start a journey like this, they're really enthusiastic and they do everything in their power to make sure they don't fold. They put the effort in, and it just gets them past that point of no return, and then they're on a roll.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I know somebody, right? I'm reading their story now, and they said that they lose by losing calories, it's made their relationship much better.
By not counting calories.
No, by counting calories, it's made their relationship much better.
Relationship with food.
Yep.
Well, it works for some.
It says here, our calorie counting actually helps me develop an healthier relationship with food.
Now, that's the complete opposite of anything that any other health coach or therapist would say, because that's becoming obsessive. That's not a healthy relationship with food. Counting it isn't.
Yeah, and that's
But it
why
depends where she's coming from. I mean, if she was a huge overeater and the only way she was able to rein that in was to count calories, so
yeah,
without knowing the details, but it's very unusual to have, wouldn't
yeah,
call that a healthy relationship.
that's what she's saying there. Though.
Yeah. Can you scroll down?
Yeah, sure, yeah. Hang on. Um,
See, what was she like before? What was the problem? 35 pounds in a sustainable way. Calories, what I was consuming took me about, see, the energy balance. See, this is a big problem as well, because those kinds of foods, they shut down your fat stores. So you can actually feel lower in energy because you can't access your body fat. You've got insulin going on. I mean, I'm not, well, like I said, what I did say right at the beginning, calorie counting, it can work, but it doesn't mean it's easy. So someone like her, she may have been very, very determined to get the job done.
yeah, but also, what made me sick when I was reading this, it says having a burger and some wine doesn't make you a bad person,
It was very true.
right? But the trouble is, though, it's all fatty, isn't it?
Well, not necessarily. The burger bun is the problem. The burger's fine
Yeah,
if
yeah,
it's 100% ground beef, minced beef.
yeah, yeah.
Things that don't make you.
Jordan saying that things like don't make you fat or sugar, things that don't make you fat, sugar, fat, carbs, eating late at night, skipping breakfast, gluten, Big Macs.
Well, do you know what? Sugar is known to make people overweight. It's known for that. So that kind of statement is a ridiculous thing to say because
Yeah,
it's very true. And
yeah,
we all know that. We all know that.
yeah, yeah.
So,
Um, Also, there's a topic. Listen to this one. I've got something here. It says 16 women. We're going back to swimming well now. Sorry. 16 women lost lots of. 16 women lost weight. Um, sorry, hang on first. Let's start again. 16 women lost 18 pounds each at Slimming World in 2 months. Right?
okay.
Okay. The following the following week, they found out they'd never lost 18 pounds. They only lost 8 pounds. Apparently, the scales were fixed.
Do
Ah.
they weigh themselves at home as well?
Mm.
Well, do you know what? I can believe that. Oh, look, you're doing really well. You've lost 18 pounds. Keep on coming. It's working. I can totally believe that because
Yeah.
these
Well, it's true. Yeah.
organizations,
Yeah.
these big organizations, I mean, don't even get me started on the subject, but they, they are in control of you. They really are.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
they play their own games to keep you there.
I
I don't
know.
trust any of them.
I know. I know. And my last thing is, was it two? Um, was it two? Oh yeah, here we go. But there are more. The government are adding more tax on takeaways, and also the government are saying that there are not enough takeaways in this country. We need more.
What?
Yeah, yeah. I'll send you the email over and everything.
Jeez.
They said that they need more takeaways and everything, and
Oh, Steve, I'm going to come off this call. I'm going to be so mad.
yeah, yeah. I know. But
There aren't enough. What the? What? I don't understand.
right, okay. So the plan is like so I looked it up. You know what I'm like about takeaways. I looked it up, and in the UK alone, there's 43,562 takeaways in this country alone. There you go, folks.
Sounds like
Hmm?
plenty to me. Our village has got loads. Do they want more? More?
I know. Wonder why
Oh,
they're making money
Steve.
out of this. Anyway, Liz, I'm gonna let you go because I know you probably got work tomorrow.
I have.
And don't forget, guys, to get my book. It's really good. And
So that's it on the bottom there. There must be more to life than this.
yeah, and
One
Liz,
man's
and
journey.
and something before I go, Liz is in it, but don't tell her.
Is it
Okay.
what?
What?
What are you saying?
Nothing.
What are you saying? I can't hear you.
You don't need to hear me.
Oh.
I said Liz is in it in the book.
Oh, how exciting!
Yeah. Okay, guys, don't forget to get it. It's on Kindle and also it's on paperback. It's 14.99 on paperback,
I'm going to
and
check it out. Is it on Amazon?
it's on Amazon. Yes, go and check it
I'm
out.
going to go check it out straight away, Steve.
Yeah, got it's also and also it's got diaries in there, food diaries. It's got statics of what's happening about obesity in the country, all up to date, guys,
Oh,
and
fab.
really good. Thank you, Ali Bagley, for that. That was really good for you. Thank you, Liz. See you very soon.
Bye.
Bye.